Hey, it's your boy Trey, and welcome to another episode of Trey Chicago Sports Talk. This is my co-host John, and we're going to start off with a little NBA talk today. We're going to start off with the Sixers in Boston. We got Lewis on the line. Hey Lewis, what you think about the Sixers and the Boston Celtics?
I think it's going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game, but I think that Boston is going to prevail.
Okay. All right.
You think Boston?
Yes, I think Boston looks good.
So you think the old men are going to pull it out tonight with Garnett and Ray Allen and the rest of those guys? You think they're going to get it, huh?
Yes. That's because you're talking to an old man.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting old. Let me ask you this: do you think the Celtics will be a good matchup for the Heat?
Well, right now with the I think the suspension, I think it might be over with Adonis. But I think they'll play well. I don't think they will win.
Okay. Yeah, I agree too.
I agree that the Heat will win in about 6 games. If they play either Boston or Philly, because I think Philly will win a game or two, because they have 2 games at home.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't think if Miami plays 76ers, they'll stand up well. They're pretty young. They're pretty young, and Miami has a goal.
Yeah. Miami definitely has a goal. And now that the Bulls is out, if they don't get it this year, it's probably going to be time to bust that team up, don't you think?
Well, that's the way it seemed like it would go. But I don't think I'm one of those old guys that believe in giving people more of a chance. I wish the Bulls would have did that during the Jordan years. If they gave him a little more time, we might have had a few more champions.
But yeah, that is true.
So true. True.
All right. Okay. All right, Junior. We want to thank you for joining us, Trey.
Thank you for joining us on our show today. Hope to hear from you soon.
Will do.
All right. When we come back, we're gonna talk what? Still a little more basketball.
Spurs and OKC.
Spurs and OKC. We're gonna
starting tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, Spurs and Thunder.
Spurs and Thunder all the way. Welcome back, fans. We're gonna talk a little Spurs and Thunder. Isn't that right, John?
That's right. And on the line we have Craig, our special guest, who's calling in. Craig, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, how you doing, Craig?
Oh, I'm doing real good. I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday.
Yeah, looking forward to that Spurs and Thunder. Man, I'm gonna tell you my picks. Who I'm picking? I'm gonna pick the Thunder in the series.
I'll pick Spurs in 5 or 6.
You gonna go out on a limb?
Yeah.
I gotta pick the veterans, and they got their home court, so I'm saying the Spurs in 7 games.
You saying the Spurs in 7?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, San Antonio, they likes to slow it down, but they also, as I was talking to Kevin, they also like to run as well. Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people gonna be sleep on them trying to slow the ball down and everything like that, but that's not gonna be the case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tony Parker is going to show Russell Westbrook a thing or two as well, also.
Yeah. Well, and, so it should be a long series there. The next series, the Heat is waiting on their opponents after pouncing the Pacers early on. So that big game tonight, Boston and Philly. So which one do you think can get a Heat more of a challenge?
Well, I mean, realistically, I think Boston might give them a little bit more of a challenge, but to be honest, I think the Heat basically has it in the East. I don't think either team is poised to beat the Heat in a 7-game series, even without Chris Bosh. I mean, honestly, with Chris Bosh in Miami, I think they run away with the series regardless of who they play.
Okay.
I think they're going to the finals, but I think they're going to lose to the Spurs pretty quick in like a 6-gamer. Or 5 or 6 gamer, because I think the Spurs are just better, and I really want the Spurs to win.
You want the Spurs to win? Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean that's that's going to be a I think that's going to be a good series.
Barn burner.
Yeah, and the 76ers to me, I think Boston would get them the Heat the best challenge, the best match.
I love it, but I want the 76ers to win tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 76ers. Did you see Allen Iverson at the game the other night? Got a standing ovation at that.
I saw him. He's still nobody can play.
Yeah, he's saying that he wants to get back in the league. What do you think on that?
Not going to happen. Unfortunately, he's an old man in that game now. Nobody's going to pay him the contribution. Basically, take a big spot when they can find somebody 10 years younger and sit there.
Yeah, true. I agree.
But he could still probably play. I mean, if you're going to let certain people play in the league at 40 years old, I'm not naming no names, but Juwan Howard, for example, I mean.
But see, I mean, here's the thing, though. See, here's what happened. The thing with Allen is that when he came and signed with Memphis on like a Monday, and then
he quit
by Thursday. I mean, those guys owners are not going to take a chance on that. It's like a circus. They don't want the circus to come to town.
But he needs the money. He broke it. When people get broke, they want money real fast.
And that's why he was playing overseas, because the owners are not, saying that, he's not going to be dedicated to him.
But he needs money. Money can make you dedicated to something.
Howard is what they call a consummate professional.
There you go.
He's going to practice.
Listen.
He's 6'10". He's somebody that can be used.
Right.
Realistically, a 6-foot guard who's 160 pounds in the league, Allen Iverson is not quick anymore.
Right.
He can't jump. So,
in
essence, how you going to put him out there to even guard anybody?
Exactly. That's true. Makes a whole lot of sense there, Craig. Yeah.
He could penetrate, but he could still probably.
No, he can't. No, he can't penetrate. He can't get past those defenders anymore.
He can't take nobody off the dribble anymore. He don't have that. His step was 6-7 years ago. His step was gone. So I mean, basically, that's the hardest part in professional sports is maintaining your speed and quickness, and eventually, just like anything, follow time takes that. I mean, I liked Allen Iverson when he was playing, but his time was over. And unfortunately, his personal circumstances as far as the finances thing, those were decisions that he made that he could have shored up that most people out here. And it's hard to sympathize when somebody who's out there working, making $30,000 a year, and they want this guy just squandering that money. You're not going to say, "Oh, I feel bad for him," because look at the opportunity he had.
Right. Yeah, and like keep bringing up the Memphis thing. I think that was his last hurrah. I think that was his last chance. I think, and he played it. Unfortunately, he played it that way.
Played for about 3 days and was gone.
Yeah. Hey, Craig, while we got you on, man, we gonna get into a little other b-ball news, right? What do you guys think about the Shaq being considered and ultimately turning down the GM opportunity in Orlando?
$5 million at TNT. Ted Turner came and called it.
Well, realistically, I know Shaq was throwing his name out as a general manager. But to be honest, usually in his game, you got to pay your dues. And obviously, as a player, he did that. But as far as the coaching ranks and executive, he's what they call a novice. And he's got to start off. They're not going to bring him in as a general manager spot. I mean, if he was coming in as an assistant coach, running the game from the ground up, I think that would be great. But the question is, would he be willing to do that?
Right. See, the thing is, like me personally, I think he can do it, but it's just that because, for the GM, you gotta have that dedication, and is he willing to have that dedication, with all the other things he got, endorsements and business deals he got going on.
You paid more money at TNT probably than you do being the general manager of a team, so they'll probably put something into you.
I mean, I think that is a good thing, but him being an owner probably would suit him better than being a GM.
Because you don't have to be there every day.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. A little bit more other news. Luol Deng named to the second team All-Defense NBA team. That was pretty. I think that was good. Don't you think?
Pretty good because he should have been on first team, in my opinion. He saved us defensively out of 50 to almost all the games. And he's the best defender that could guard LeBron James. That counts first team if you ask me.
Yeah, correct.
I think going out basically a consummate professional. You know, he's a great player in the league as far as he's a complimentary player. And obviously we remember when he wasn't quite the player he was, but then Derek came along, and this game you need a Robin.
Yeah.
You know, Derek was a big man, he was a Robin. Now, of course, Chicago fans are kind of hurt right now because obviously our Batman, it looks like he's going to be gone.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, and Robin, you know, Robin functions well, but without Batman, they're not the same dynamic duo.
Right.
So the question is, where can we go as Chicago fans, and in particular Chicago Bulls fans, to see how much farther this team can go? Of course, I think they got to add some pieces to the puzzle just for next year to figure out how we're going to go forward.
I've heard that they might bring Jason Kidd in here. Any of you guys think that would be a good thing?
Kidd, I don't, you know, Kidd is not something that I want to see coming in.
No. I think, you know, unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to sound funny, but Jason Kidd is about the same age. Of course,
Yeah, I mean, he's just
how he's still able to play.
Right.
Going forward from a young team perspective, that's not something that's going to show us up. We need some players who are young, or not 100% young, but at least get some professionals. Jason Kidd's on the last stage. He's basically there. We don't know. He can come in and say, okay, this is it. I mean, we don't know how his body's going to hold up in the season, especially 82 games.
Right.
The reality is, he's at that point where he should be, if he's going to stick around, he's going to be coming off the bench. He's not going to be starting.
Right.
But you can get him cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, it goes back to, like you're saying, Juwan Howard. He's the point guard that Juwan Howard is to the four. So you're looking at that same situation.
Kid plays.
Yeah, Juwan plays, but he's on a team that fortunately is good. So that, I mean, you're looking at the same thing right there with that.
Well, if you're at 6'10", what you usually get for as a coach is you can put him out and have him hold his hands up, and then on the defensive end, he changes the game. Jason Kidd can't do that he doesn't have the speed and quickness that he once had.
Right.
So him changing the game, that doesn't happen, especially when he's got a guy, Rondo or a Tony Parker.
Right.
His days when he did that 10, 12 years ago are over.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, I think I agree 100%.
Wholeheartedly. Also, Andre Miller might come in here with a...
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll have to just sit and wait and see who they, you know,
pick up.
Yeah. One other thing before we let you go is that Taj Gibson was named to the practice squad. That's going to compete against the Olympic team in practice there. What do you think about that?
Extremely
I
happy.
think it's great. I think Taj is, you know, that's a question the Bulls are going to have to answer because he's coming up on contract. And you got to sign him. Obviously, Carlos Boozer is a big money maker within that position too, but you still got to sign Taj. The question is, what can we keep and what can we maintain in order to have those contracts here? Because that's the hardest part of a general manager's job, is being able to balance not only that budget, but then also have an effective roster going forward for that coach.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's going to be a lot of decisions with Taj. Unfortunately, I think he's going to be back coming off the bench next year because nobody wants to take that Carlos Boozer contract.
I'm extremely happy that he's going to be on the Olympic team trying out, get him experience against the big players.
Get the showcase.
And personally, he's a really good friend of mine, but so I'm really happy.
Yep, we're happy for you, Tom. All right, Craig. I think that's all for the B-ball right now.
That's all.
Yeah, all right. Conversation. You know, I look forward to hearing from you guys next week. And, you know, let's keep the basketball rolling.
Thanks for everything.
Okay, man. Craig, and you also still leading on that top dog. I'm coming at you, man. We're tired right now. So.
I gotta keep it going.
I'm coming at you. Yeah.
I'm tired for last, by the way. I'm tired for last.
Yeah. It's getting down to the wire, guys. Getting down to the wire. All right, man.
All right, man. See you next week.
All right.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Okay. All right. Always good talking to Craig.
Always, man.
Yeah, and when we come back, let's go to Gridiron when we come back.
Gridiron.
Yeah.
Gridiron.
Talk a little football. Little NFL when we come back. Little bear down here.
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
There you go.
Let's talk a little football. They're doing OTA starting this week. Isn't that right?
That's right, man. The OTAs have started for the Bears and other teams, and everything's looking good. Jay Cutler said, everybody expecting Brandon Marshall to have a breakout, but so far, Jay Cutler said that Devin Hester has had, out of the receiving class, he's had the best count. So, man, we're going to go deep in receivers, hopefully.
I saw Johnny Knox on the field this week doing some light jogging, some light workout, some light workouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but unfortunately, Johnny Knox has he's been ruled out for the whole season, so that's going to leave a space for another receiver to come in, a free agent, hopefully. Well, that's been rumored in some situations, but who knows?
He's lost about 45 pounds, too, on Johnny Knox.
Yeah.
Lost about 45 pounds because he hasn't been able to keep the food down or whatever.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why he can't, he's not going to be able to give it a go because, weight fluctuating. They want to make sure he's good. He's good. And I think that was the right call for him to sit out this year.
Yeah, because he wants to be able to walk and,
Yeah, and also some buzz going on early in the week with Kevin Winslow. He said that he was going to be released and from Tampa Bay, and he said he was going to sign here in Chicago. So it had a quick
buzz,
5-6 hour buzz all on the internet, all on the local media. But unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to get him. Tampa Bay traded him to the Seahawks.
Pete Carroll, Marshawn Lynch, they're going to be tight this year.
Yeah, they're going to be tight. But I think, but if we could have gotten Kevin Winslow, I think, that would have gave us that bigger target.
Tight end.
Yeah.
Because Kellen Davis did 1 touchdown last year and about 10 catches.
Yeah, but he's great at blocking though. So that's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. Also, staying with the Bears, Brian Urlacher. I don't know if you seen it early in the week.
This might be his last year.
Yeah, he's a free agent, and
they should make the man a lifer. With all the stuff he's done up in here, make him a lifer.
Yeah,
do like the Lakers did Magic Johnson.
Right. I mean, making him a lifer is cool, but he had a good point. He said he's never been a free agent, so he's probably going to want to test the market and and just get that song and dance thing going. And also, he said, signing young players that the Bears could be committed, right? That they need to get paid and they could be committed to that, which he says he totally understand. But hopefully, something will work out to keep him here.
Brian needs to be here for do the swan song, as they say.
Yeah, and and this too is he said this is the best team that he's had to play on. That the Bears have put up for him. He said ever. He said it's the best team ever.
That 2016 when.
Yeah, but they was, I think they had issues on
offense.
Yeah, they had issues on offense.
Rex.
Yeah. So, man, it's a great buzz in the city.
Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, it's not even June yet. Not even June yet, and we guys talking football. So it's good. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for the little football. Yeah. Come back. Where we going? We're gonna go to a little
baseball.
Going to a little American pastime. Talk
baseball.
Baseball. That's right. When we come back.
Welcome back. Now we're going to talk a little Cubs and White Sox.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk Cubs and Sox. So we're going to start off with the guys up north on that north side. Man, they're struggling right now.
They have lost 10 in a row.
10 in a row. Ryan Dempster haven't won a game. It's not
3 with a 2.15 ERA.
Yeah, but it's it's not all about him. I think he's pitching okay.
Wonderful.
And those guys just can't put up no hits and no runs for him. So it's unfortunately. And another sad thing is that they're stuck in last place right now in their division. So hopefully something can happen. We can get something turned around up north, and something. And sorry, Northsider. So we're gonna move out south.
We're gonna move to the south side.
Let's go Sox. Sox has been a little surprising, man. They're second behind the Cleveland Indians, who they just beat last night.
9-3.
9-3. So they're moving up. The home runs were flying out of the cell last night.
Wind was blowing out.
So we had a couple guys knock out. AJ knocked some out, and and they rolling on. Is that a surprise? The Sox doing
it is a surprise. I thought I thought Detroit would be better, but they're in like second to last.
Yeah.
To Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's a shock too as well.
The worst record in the league.
Right, but
MLB.
Yeah, but we all know that baseball time is from July to October. So don't count Minnesota or Detroit out, and those guys are going to be Sox. I don't know if they can hold fast and with what they got right now, but
I think they came with a good Adam Dunn, a good Paulie Konerko.
I think if they finish around 500, if they play 500 ball, they'll be okay. They have something to build on.
I think Robin is doing better than I thought.
Well, yeah, Robin is. I think because he's a player's manager. He's a player's manager. So
voice too.
Yeah, bring that voice and guys will listen to him. And getting some young guys with a few worldly veterans would be good for him. Right?
Yeah, that would be really good.
All right. Well, that's it for baseball. And when we come back, we got some other news and a little Trey's trivia. That's right, Trey?
Yes, we do.
All right. And a little known fact from this local Chicago area school when we come back.
Going.
Hit us with the other news, John.
All right, man. We're going to get into news that you would be happy and appreciative because it's coming from your alma mater, as well as many others in our family here. We're talking about Simeon Career Academy. In 1984, Simeon became the first Chicago public school to win 3 major sports titles. The football was led by quarterback Curtis Phillips, but unfortunately they lost to a stronger Mount Carmel team, 28-6 in the Prep Bowl. The basketball team was led by Tim Baskins and the late great Ben Wilson, but they won the Class A state title. The baseball team, they had a bright future with Wes Chamberlain, and they also won the city title. And this year, the amazing Jabari Parker hopefully can bring that trifecta back to Simeon.
With the great coach of Simeon, Coach Robert Smith, who's won 5 titles.
Yeah, that's right. And their football team this year is doing well, led by Robert Gregory, who helped the city to another championship. So hopefully they could do it.
Shout out to all those coaches, especially Coach Smith.
Good coach. Now let's move on to a little trivia for you, Trey. Got a little trivia for you.
All right.
We're going to get what he thinks about this here. First question. Chicago Bulls, has expressed concern about Lou Aldane playing, with that risk of his, playing in an Olympic team. Fortunately, they left it up to him, told him it was his decision. Get your take on what you think on that.
It should not be his decision. No way. You shouldn't play on a bad risk on an Olympic team where you don't get any benefits from it. You don't get benefits at all.
Okay. All right. So he's saying he shouldn't play. Next question. Should Udonis Haslam been suspended, being that Tyler Hansbrough wasn't suspended as well for his action?
Yes, he should have been suspended more than that one game. To me, he should have been suspended like 2 to 3 games for the vicious, unnecessary payback. Payback is never good. Payback is just never good.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. When we come back, we're gonna wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up right now.
We're gonna wrap it up. Coming back with it.
We're gonna wrap it up now, fans. Hope you continue sending in your messages, your thoughts, and your ideas. Keep watching Trey Chicago Sports Talk, and we're going there right there, Tom.